Hi all, welcome back to D-Day at Tarawa. This is part 51 and should be the last part. We're on the last turn, about to start it. And there shouldn't be an awful lot to do. Although to start things off, I've got more mistakes to talk about. Deary me. Um, this one's a bit of a beauty, and it's just as well I'm not in a position where I could, consider counting up and thinking I was winning because this would mess it up as well. And it's I put a note in the header. I've released that part 46. Yeah, I was watching back 46 and a bit of 47. Also noticed a little daftness in 40. I think it was in 47. Or was that in 46 as well? No, I think 47. Anyway, the blunder in 46 was the event that we had that said to remove a depth marker from an inland position. And I went and checked it, and I talked about it, and I even said, right, I can. It doesn't matter that these this inland position. No, sorry, like a coastal position here has an inland depth marker, like there. That doesn't count. To remove that, it needs to be an inland position. So I went through all that, and I knew this. I knew this one was for sure, but for some daft reason, I had it in my head that this was an inland position, and I don't know why. And even when I took it off to take the counter off, it's got a big C there. That's one of the starting hexes, and the C is meaning coastal. I think anyway. Yeah. So and it's in or adjacent to a beach hex, and as we know, there's only one coastal position that is in a beach hex, and that is here. And every one of them is adjacent to a beach hex. Every other one of them, apart from the ones Martin. No, they are actually classed as inland positions. Wasn't it one of these starts in the? They get set up in the starting bit. It's one of these, isn't it? Probably that one, which isn't actually a coastal position, is it? But I think it's one of the starting ones that gets set up for some reason. However, I mean, it's quite clear. This is a coastal position because it's adjacent to a beach hex. I mean, the other bit I had through the game, and Tom straightened me out with it, was position F9 here. And I was thinking that this might not be a coastal position because I was classing that as not a beach hex because there was no water in it. And then when it eventually sunk in, I thought, well, hang on, Grant, you're coming from water to land, so what is that got to be? That is the beach. So that is adjacent to a beach hex. And it is the only beach hex on the map that doesn't show a little bit of water, so I think that's where I was trying to get it from. However, this one here is adjacent to... Okay, could have been that it was this hex that threw me. I looked here, I suppose. Maybe that because that is not a beach hex. But however, this is. And it's adjacent to it, and it's got the big C in the count in the box. So, and then what made it worse was, of course, I chose that one to remove the depth marker from. And what made it worse was I then went on to the Japanese fire phase and drew a fire card that had a double blue on it, and I got all excited. I was all fooling myself, thinking I'd made a great move by removing that depth marker, and now this unit couldn't carry out the action, which I think would have slaughtered what was ever in here, whether it was this that was in here at the time or not. I can't remember, but I can't change all this now, and I'm just going to let it go. So that would have triggered, because it would have been double, because it shouldn't have had its depth marker removed. Now, since then, this position's still been a pain in the butt, because it's just not going away. I can't recall when that was to where we are now, how many I've had another chance at jumping in on it or not. I'm not that sure. But also right after that, I go to barrage the position again because it's undisrupted, to allow us to go and jump in for a CC. And then I get all excited thinking, oh, wait, now my tank's a 2 strength, and now this doesn't have depth, so it's going to be easier to disrupt. And then I draw, all I need is a colour. Fortunately, I think I left a comment in the header that, or have I, maybe I've not uploaded that, but yeah, can't remember. I actually had the colour and the symbol. Not that that gets me out of this hole, but it did have. So it would have actually still disrupted it. But then this should have still had depth. So then I would be CCing a unit, not just with a unit, but the depth marker should have still been there. So yeah, it was a complete mess. Daft mistake. Yeah, I shouldn't be making mistakes like that. I mean, and that's not something that I've just missed in the rules. That's just me not looking at it properly. I kept looking at it while I was watching back the video, thinking, "What are you doing, Grant? That's clearly how's it not a coastal position? Look, you can see this hex right here." I don't know how anyone noticed it, and I'm pretty sure anybody that watches it without checking the header at the beginning of the video will see that and say, "That's not an inland position, Grant." So yeah, big blunder yet again, but I suppose it doesn't really matter too much, but it's noted in the video as well. So for anybody watching, well, yeah, I shouldn't be making mistakes like that. Fair enough if I missed a rule or something. Yeah, another thing to point out was this is a daft one. I had a unit sitting here. I had an inspire marker on it. I think it actually hit, I think, the next turn. So what I done was, this unit wasn't here, so imagine that's not there for the moment. And the unit was here, the inspired unit, and I wanted to move on. I talked about, right, I'll move on out of safety, but it means I'm going to have to take an infiltration check here. This is kind of what threw me. You can see this is what's thrown me, but the fact I'm taking an infiltration check doesn't mean I've got to stop. It doesn't mean I can only move one hex. And we checked this already, because I did wonder about the fact that, this position, but if you check the infiltration, if you check the movement, the bit that talks about only moving one hex, which I'll just quickly get, page before, I think. Oh, damn. Right, why am I not seeing that? That used to jump out of me quite quickly. I move 180 to one hex. Yeah, it says, or a hex adjacent to an enemy unit, even if disrupted. Well, this isn't an enemy unit. The enemy unit's in there. So if there was a unit there, I would moving from there to there. If this was, shall we take this back now and put it back where it should be? If I was here and I wanted to move from here to here, I would do the infiltration check and I would have to stop, but there was no unit there. So I done the infiltration check, I survived, and I left the unit sitting there. Whereas I could have moved an R2 hexes into the safety of this hex here, and then it wouldn't have got shot the next time. The next Japanese fire phase, I'm pretty sure, I've not got to that bit watching back, but I'm pretty sure that's when that unit dies. And he doesn't need to be sitting there, because I moved him from there to there. I can move him 3 hexes, I stop him there, do the check, and leave him there. And then I talk about next turn moving him into safety. So, more daftness there. But anyway. Yeah, so we'll just get this wrapped up anyway. I'm starting to wonder if I should bother even counting up the positions that we've got. We'll see how long this takes me to get through. It shouldn't take that long, but I do want to try and finish off what I was trying to do here. So we'll see. I'm maybe not got an awful lot of time anyway, so I thought I would have more time tonight, but things happened earlier on. So yeah. Right, so there's nothing to do in the landing phase. We move on to the first event. We've got this reminder here, which I'll just bring back down and put it in there. Now that means we do not draw an event card. Well, let's just get it's the event description actually, isn't it? So it says, if this event occurs as a second event card draw for the turn, which is what we had last turn, the counter attack will occur in the Japanese fire phase of the next turn, which is where we're just about to come up to now. So it says, place the A Japanese action marker in the first event card space as a reminder. That's what I had, and I've just moved it back down there. Do not draw an event card in the first event phase of the next turn. And just while we're talking about that, I'm not going to draw an event card there either because we're on turn 30. You skip that as well. It says, instead, return the A marker to the action track at that time and conduct the ensuing Japanese action phase as modified above. So we've returned it, we're not drawing a card, we're moving on to the fire phase, and well, let's just see what it says here. Right, there I say, just before I start reading it though, I've got a bit of errata here that says, talking about events, it says, Japanese counter-attack, correction, do not add depth to active units. Disregard the second bullet in its entirety. Right, okay, and I read that yesterday, didn't I? So that doesn't happen at all. Okay. That is a correction as well. So that sounds like something that they've eased as well. Yeah, it seems to be. Okay, so well, what we're going to do is we'll ignore that first bit because this is us coming back for the is the first event in this one. So shuffle discards back into the card deck. Okay. Well, actually, I won't need to do that because I've shuffled. Oops, I'm zoomed right in there. I shuffled last turn, the end of the turn, so I'm not going to bother with that. And it is the last turn, this anyway. So, so it's a freshly shuffled deck anyway. So, and then we've to skip this then. So after drawing a fire card for the Japanese fire phase and before conducting actions, place the depth marker on every in communication Japanese unit positions a colour matching those on the fire card. If the unit does not already possess. Right, so that's obviously been a bit too brutal as well. So they've done away with that. It says disregard the second bullet in its entirety. So my guess is if you look in the new rulebook, that part's not going to be there. I would hope. So, but this is the bit we are going to do. And it's basically just this first bit. The rest of this talks about what we've just done, because if it happens in the second event, card draw, which happened last turn. So what we're going to do is treat all three position colours shown on the fire card as if they had the A action letter instead of the letter or symbol each shows. So whatever the colours are, they've all got an A. Okay, well that should keep things nice and simple. And I'll just open the rule book to the A section of the lettered actions. We'll draw a card, and here we go. So we're going to get red, blue, and brown. So that's quite interesting because that was only one lettered action we were getting on this card. And now it doesn't, that is a double. So that's a pity, we've only got one double. So it doesn't mention anything about the fact if it's doubled or not. So it just changes the letter. Yeah, so that's going to be a single red A. That's going to be a double blue A, and that's going to be a single brown A, right? So that's what we're going to have. So let's get it done. Let's get it done and dusted. I want to say we didn't want. There was a colour we didn't want. I think it might have been purple, maybe. I don't know. Ugh, you know what, Grant? It doesn't matter. Come on. So red, blue, and brown. Now. Yeah, see, this position is unoccupied within 2, so yuck. And you know what? This red position is unoccupied within 2 and in communication as well, I believe, because it can go... Yeah, it can just go through that. That's just an engineer unit. It can just go all the way through there. So red, we're looking at first. This is the units here are green and purple. They're not on the card, so I'm looking at these empty positions though. There's a brown. I've got the brown garrison, so that's not empty. But this red is, we've got one part of the red, but it's empty. So I'm saying that's a coastal A. So Right, A, coastal with units 2 hexes away is no action. Right, it's the inland one that's going to do an ambush, isn't it? Yeah. So that does nothing. However, this empty blue, it's a diamond we've got on the card. And that tank is in intense blue. That's an intense blue as well. He's in steady blue. So it's an inland, an unoccupied, inland Japanese position, and it's in communication. It looks like it needs to have the target symbol. Well, the tank's got a diamond, so mind you. There's ambush. Is it going to hit armour? Ambush. 1 US unit of any type with the target symbol loses a step. That's when it's an intense. If it's steady, it's 1 US unit of any type with the target symbol is disrupted. Yeah, I think that tank's going to get destroyed. And it is in Japanese communication. It can just trace into there and then a wall and find some buddies. Well, that's a diamond as well, but that's in steady though. That's an intense. That's steady as well. Okay, so it says unoccupied inland position Japanese communication with US units in its field of fire. Ambush action is conducted by an unoccupied Japanese position and represents fire from a reconnoitering, I can't get that word, or infiltrating force. An ambush is resolved using the ambush column of the Japanese fire chart. An ambush hits 1 US unit with indicated target symbol and a hex in the position's intense field of fire. The US unit loses a step. If there are no such units, the ambush disrupts 1 US unit with indicated target symbol and the hex in the position's steady field of fire. No more than 1 US unit may be affected by an ambush from a single position or position group. If more than 1 US unit with the indicated target symbol is eligible to hit, select the unit closest to the Japanese position, then the unit with more steps. If steps are equal, you choose. Yeah, well, it wants the target intense first with the symbol. So that's got the symbol, but it's in steady, so it would only disrupt that. That's got the symbol and it's in intense. So the tank dies. And that's our armour. We wanted an armour, didn't we? For that. So that's that go. Sorry, not armour, artillery. We wanted an artillery weapon, so our tank's taking away that. Although we do have a hero there though, so kind of hoping that that's still going to be okay. But so that's that done its thing, and it does only hit 1. Okay. Moving along again, red, blue, and brown. Blue, that's just a single which is occupied. There's brown as well now. So brown, that's not brown coastal A. But this is occupied this time. So well, if it's got units in its field of fire, I think it does. Units in its field of fire. If it didn't, it would carry artillery if it was in artillery position. No, it's just going to normally fire. Remember, it's the A action. This is a circle, so we're okay there. Yeah, that's fine. Green not on the card. Right, moving along. Done that blue, yellow not on the card. Right, this big section here, well, unoccupied blue but not within 2. This is all brown. Brown coastals with the A action. Well, we just said, no, hang on, they might try artillery then. So if there are no US units in the field of fire, they want artillery. If they're sitting in the artillery position, aren't they? So let me see. That's not either. So they're not sitting in an artillery position anyway. Yeah, there's not. Well, I think we checked last time. Mind they couldn't fire artillery because they've not really got that many in position. Okay, so the 2 browns there are not. Now the reds are going to be the same. Yeah, because there's no they've not got any US units in their field of fire as well. Now, are they in an artillery position? No, no. And remember, the artillery position's that. It's got the letter and it's got the wee artillery symbol. So these are not as well, so they're not going to do anything. Just jumping ahead there a little bit, that yellow's not in the car, but we've got this one here, which is brown, inland, with no US units in the field of fire. So it wants to assault. Yeah, to be honest, this doesn't really matter, does it? So it wants to, right, just trying to remember Martin's two steps. Find the closest US unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Yeah, that's the closest US unit. Now it has to move to a position hex that's closest to it. So 1, 2, it's going to be there, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 6 as well. So that one's closest. So I think he just moves there. And he would they fire? Did they fire after the? No, it's an assault thing, isn't it? Yeah. So he's just moving there. That's fine. Right, moving on. Right, so done all that. Purple not in the card. Green not in the card. Red is on the card. Inland A with no US units in its field of fire. So that's assault again, isn't it? Yeah, so assault 1, 2, 3, 4 away. This is 1, 2, 3 away. This is 1, 2, 3 away. That's 4 away. So these are his closest. And this is a position hex. So. Right, sorry, I had somebody at the door there. Right, so where were we? Red. So I think, yeah, 1, 2, 3, it's 3 away, isn't it? Right, let's check. These are the closest two. Yeah, I think he just goes in on that guy, doesn't he? Pretty sure. Japanese occupied has no US units field of fire. Move Japanese unit and death marker to a position hex no more than 3 hexes away from its current position, closest to the nearest US unit. The unit may move into an unoccupied or US occupied position hex. Yeah. Yeah, because he can't get to here. I mean, what he could go down to here, but this is not his closest. It's these two grand. Yeah, he's going in there. He's going in there and CC in there. That's what's happening. So let's just quickly deal with that. Right, and you can see this as a position. You see this guy didn't have depth. Well, that rule that they corrected and changed, this guy would have built depth before this happened, I think. I think it built depth to anything that had the colour. Anyway, it's been removed that. So we're having a CC. It is in a position hex. Yeah, so that's fine. So we use the position hex, which is brown. Okay, so we reveal this. This is 1, a flamethrower. So it's actually just no. He's getting 2 cards because he's attacking. So 1 card for me. Oh, 2 cards for me. I forgot we've got a flamethrower engineer. That's what he is. So 2 cards for me and 2 cards for him. Although it won't matter if he hits his first time anyway. 2 cards for him, 1 for the unit, 1 because he's attacking. There wasn't anything extra about counter attack, was there? Well, it just says tank or night turn. Yeah, so I think that's it. 2 cards each. Right, so we are fighting in a brown position. So no brown, please. And I get CC reinforced. Come on, really? Right, so he is going to build depth after all that. No, he's not. We've no depth markers left. Oh, well, none of that would have happened anyway then. So, there's no point in drawing another card from because he's hitting us. We do get to discard that. Look at that. It was a nice brown one, neighbour artillery blast, which that might have went against us. Doesn't matter. So that's there. That's there. These two cards just go back. He hit us. We are toast. He is fine. He's going to be disrupted in this position, which just messes even more up, doesn't it? I think that, well, I messed this up anyway, didn't I? So he does go there, doesn't he? Yeah, I think if it had been a battle in a non-position hex, he wouldn't have remained there, but that's fine. Okay. Wow, that is a massacre, this, isn't it? It really is. Okay, so that was that red position, so just moving along. This is all purple, not on the card. This is yellow, not on the card. Green, not on the card. Yeah. This is blue, artillery position. Blue coastal with no US units. It's going to artillery fire if it can. It cannot. It's not artillery position. So, right, red, inland. No US units in field of fire, wants to assault as well. I shouldn't be spending time. I want to say that's maybe the closest here. So we can probably go here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the closest. That's 5 away. That's 4 away. So that is the closest. So I want to say I'll just move to there then. Yeah. Moving on, red. No, that's not red. That's brown. That is empty red, but not within 2. Purple not in the card. Yeah, the rest are not going to be within 2. Red, he's wanting to assault as well, isn't he? With no US units in field of fire, he can get to there. I think that's right. I'm just rushing through it here. Yeah, they want to move closer, don't they? Purple not on the card. Brown, again, he's going to want to move closer as well. He can't reach there. He can reach there, so I'm just going to move him there, I think. I don't think it makes much of a big deal. Okay, that's no artillery on the card. So moving along, we don't get another event card, remember, because it was turn 30. Engineering HQ phase, we're going to get 1 support marker again, just for that guy along by. Don't think there's any to disrupt anyway. I probably just want to garrison something. I'll pick that Duffy marker out the bottom. Maybe I should just chuck it out. Right, can I just maybe garrison something? Yeah. Alright, why is he not in a position then? I don't know. Right, I'll just garrison this. And then I'm going to move him somewhere else anyway. Yeah, I'm not thinking about it. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, so on to the US action phase to finish things off. There is nothing. Well, hang on. Well, I can't fix this error that I've made. So I think with this guy going here, it messes things up anyway, doesn't it? In fact, yeah, look, he's sitting in intense now. So he does not control this position, even if we get rid of this guy. And he's in intense as well. Oh, well, that's not in a position, Grant. No, that I can't control that position either because yellow fires into here. Whereas I can get this one. And well, actually, I would be able to get that if I go at that guy. Right, let's do that. It's a free action still. Yeah, he jumps in there for CC. Right. Because I think if I do take that guy, I'm only getting one card draw. He's getting two, I think, but that's if I can draw because he's disrupted. I'm getting the first. Hang on. He's not disrupted, is he? That's the one bit I forgot. Japanese fire card was red, blue, and brown. So it doesn't matter. I'm still going on. He's not disrupted, and neither is this guy actually. Not that really matters because he assaulted, but close combated and ended up in a position that was on the card, the colour position. And was there anybody else disrupted? There was not. So no Japanese units disrupted. I'm still going in there. That was a free action. So up here, well, I'm just going to see if we can still take this out and move into its hex. So it's getting doubled. So it's 4 strength the unit and 2 for the artillery depth marker. So 6. So we need 12 strength. Oh, that's fine, Grant. I think. Yeah, I was wanting to make sure I could do it with just 2. Yeah, so he's sitting in that position though. That means I'm going to. Well, I can move him. Yeah. I still have my 3 actions. So I think we just attack with us for 7. And the hero is going to satisfy the artillery that's down below. And the brown M we're getting from these guys. Yeah. And then I'm going to attack with that as well. So we have 13. We have the weapons. We've got double. So both of these are destroyed. And they get removed from the game. Grant. They do not go anywhere else. So, oh no, that was a free action because I've got the headquarters there. So I think what's best now is, like, that's in a position that gives you a point. Yeah, you're not. Right, so I'm going to move that guy into there. And I'm going to use an action to move this guy into here. And then I'm going to move that guy along. Oh, just move him up there, Grant. Doesn't matter, just to take another position, I suppose. No, let's take him along there. Looks better. Looks like we've got somewhere. Yeah, you're just about to put this all back in the box, Grant. It's not going to be up for long. And I think that's all we can do. Well, we've got our CC to deal with. Yeah, because this... He can't go anywhere to take another position, so... so I'm not scoring... no, hold on. No, I'm not scoring that. That's not a position. I could score this. Is that right? If I take that out, because I would then be able to trace communication through there and there. So hang on. Can I not get... No, he's not going to make it. Yes, I would have to stop moving adjacent there anyway. I can't get to that hex. Just if I had somebody in that... Right, sorry, phone call. Yeah, I think I was saying if I could have got something down there and managed to take that out, that would have got me another point, wouldn't it? But I can't. No, I can't even move that. No, I can't. Right, forget about it. Right, there's nothing else that you can move, is there? Oh, we've got headquarters there. Right, stop, Grant. Because he's not sitting in a position. Right, that was almost... Well, I can put him back to here. Because these guys are sitting in positions, aren't they? Yeah. That guy's in a position, that guy is, and we'll go to garrison. But however, the headquarters could go 1, 2, and just finish in there. Right? That's fine. That's the best we can do. Right, and then let's resolve this CC, and, well, we could count up the numbers, maybe. The embarrassing result. Okay, so we are attacking him. However, he is not disrupted, so yeah, we need to get very lucky. We only get one card. He is going to get 2 cards because he's 1 unit and he's got CC on him. We are fighting in the blue position. And yeah, he may well probably should have a depth marker as well at the moment. But I don't know, because I think I've fought him a couple of times and maybe destroyed another depth marker, but I'm not that sure. But anyway, so he's going to fire, and it's in blue, yeah? Yeah, so it just needs to hit us for blue. There we go. Right, so we discard our card. Would it have worked? Yeah, it would have, but not when he got the blue as well. So we lose another unit. He goes back to there. It's disrupted. Not that it really matters, because I think that's the end of the game. Yeah, that's it. So let me straighten things up. Right, so there we go. That's the game finished. Do we want to count up this measly little number? And that's all the map that you need to see. In fact, we don't actually need to see down. Well, we've got 1 point down here. But look across the other side, there's nothing there. Oh yeah, I mean, that's not in a position hex. That's in a position hex, but it's in intense brown. So we don't control that. That is in a position hex that's in steady field of fire. And we can trace communication, so that is 1 point. And then we have got a bunch up here, I suppose. But nothing that we've not completed a zone, for instance. We've got a mixture of some Fs and some As up here, but we've not got a whole zone. I want to say all these garrisons will be points. So, and then this is a point as well, and that's we can trace communication right along to any one of these beach hexes here actually, without going down to mess about. You know, I probably can't trace through here. No, I can't. I can't get through that one. Can't get through that one. So, but I can trace along that way. So that's a point. That's a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clearly not. Did I move that guy? Well, I've moved him to the wrong place. Oh, he attacked. He was part of the attack. Sorry. Yeah. Because that was unfortunate. So he ended up being not in a position hex. Yeah. Okay. Don't know. Could have done that. Anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not 1. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 points here. That brown fires into that, but it's just steady, and I can just trace it in the beach. All right. That's the only issue there. None of that fires across into here. Yellow fires, but yellow's unoccupied. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 over there, and we've got this measly one down here. So 13. Quite an apt number, I think. Unlucky for some. Yeah, that's kind of pitiful result, isn't it? Not a good result at all. I'm not sure if I ever bothered. I mean, the couple of times that I played the game, to be honest, I want to say I only got to the end of the game, maybe ended this game maybe once before. I would play it so far, and that's why that was one of the reasons that I enjoyed starting doing recordings, because it kind of forced me to keep going. And even this, I should have stopped it, shouldn't I? But yeah, well, we stuck with it to see it out. But that's like a terrible result. But we didn't finish with catastrophic loss, although we would have done if we hadn't got the event to bring in the reinforcements early. We noticed that it would have ended that turn, and they just came in time to save us. But it might have been better if we hadn't got that event at all. and just finish things up there. But yeah. But it was good. I have enjoyed that. I really have. It's been hard though. It has. It's been brutal, and it's certainly the worst game of this I've had. I mean, okay, like I say, I've maybe not played it right to the end. Maybe only that one time, I think. And I want to say the results were better than this, but I also want to say I probably got a lot of things wrong. I think, like most people may admit that, if they have, I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't be starting to say that, but it's difficult to get everything right. I do. I would like to see somebody's recording of victory in this game and just watch how they went about it and how it worked out and how lucky they must have had to be, and just everyone must have just. But I would also be curious to see some of the strategies and some of the clever moves that they made, because there must be some of that gets, this looking back on this, moving up to this purple position at that time, that looked like a daft move. I think, somebody commented on that saying that they wouldn't have done that. I think they were maybe being nice by saying that because it was a stupid move. I don't know, maybe I was getting desperate at that time, but yeah. And I made quite a few blunders myself as well on this, so yeah. Were most of the errors, I don't know, this one benefited me, this one recently. The one about the reinforcements that John Brown pointed out to me, that benefited them, although I did sneak that last one out of there when I realised it was going to come down here. Maybe that was a bit naughty. I don't know. I think it was fair enough. And then a couple of other mistakes, I don't know, might have been a bit of both, might have benefited me, might have benefited them. So, but, well, the final, it didn't do any help to me in the final outcome anyway. Right, I'll just stop that there, and put this away. Come back to it maybe next year sometime, try it again. It would be nice actually just to. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. But when you think about it, what you've seen, what you've learnt here, why not settle up again and start again, and sort of say, right, well, this happened here the last time and that. But I just think there is a lot of randomness in it with the cards and the unknown depth markers and unknown units, and that you could get a totally different game, couldn't you? I think not two games of these would go the same way, would they? Right, I haven't watched back the last few parts as well, so any more glitches or things that I find, I'll leave in the header of the videos before I upload them. But I won't be able to come back and make another. I'm not going to leave a space at the end of this to add things. I'm just going to close this off now, and I'll just add if I see anything onto the headers of the videos. But I have enjoyed the playthrough as well. I have indeed, even though it wasn't near the outcome that I'd liked. I knew I wouldn't win, but I mean, oh dear, 13 positions. And what was it you needed? You needed 3 zones and 8 other positions. Was it? 3 island zones, one of which must be A or F. Which was fine. That would have been going okay, but where I was getting the other 2, well, I think if you're going to go for A or F, then probably A and F would be. I think if I had another 5 or 6 turns, I might be able to take A and F. But then you've also got to have another one. So you've got to have maybe E. And then you've got to have 8 other positions as well. And I got 13 positions in total, which maybe equates to 1 zone. Maybe. So that's how bad it was. So I'm 2 zones and 8 positions short of a victory. and their rules have been, it's been eased off for you in quite a few places. Well, that was one of them. What was the original requirement? Victory check. You win the scenario if you've secured, this is the old rule book I'm reading, all the positions in 4 of the island zones, so not 3, 4, and at least 1 position in each of the other 2 zones. So that means you've got to get right all. You can't ignore C, which is away on the other side. You've got to get at least 1 position in each. Yeah, because there must be 6 zones, so you've got to have taken up 4 of them, and then have 1 position in each of the other 2. Yeah, that does sound harder, but what they've changed it to is too hard anyway. But you don't. Yeah, that's how you want these games, and there's guys that have won this, so so they say. Right, I'll leave it at that. Right, I don't know what I'll be back with. I'm still going to finish Cara Battle Philippines Sea. I got my Mosby's Raiders game today. I'd been reading the rules, and it's an old game, isn't it? 1985, I think it is. So looking at the counters and that cringing a little bit, but yeah, it might be a bit of fun. I might not maybe record that. I might just chuck it on the table, or maybe better messing about with it like that first. But we'll see. And I've got the other one coming. Yeah, I might record that. Again, I need to brush up on the rules of these first. They're not too complex, these 2 games that I've got, but you still need to look at the rule books a bit and get it sorted. Right, I better get away for now because I've run out of time here anyway, so that was perfect. I did rush that at the end, I suppose, a little bit, but we knew it wasn't going to matter. So, okay, hope you enjoyed that. I did. Yeah, Japanese win. Okay, cheers.